Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love message. We're going to ask Spirit about the person that you're thinking of. They could be your twin flame. They could be somebody that you may be in no contact with or very low communication. We could be struggling around the energy with this person. So let's see what Spirit has for this connection. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know today about the person that you're thinking of. And welcome everyone. Let's call in our spirit guides. Spirit, I ask that you guide me with loving messages today. What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to hear? I am listening for you now. I have an extrovert. Okay, a little bit. It came into me not so much as a friendly extrovert, but almost like their ego is too big for themselves. So it was almost like it's always about them. It's always about a little bit of a show off energy there, a little bit of a center of attention energy. I have goody two shoes. Maybe they tell you that, you're not fun. You're not having a good time. Why can't you just loosen up? Why do you always try to control things? Little bit of a just relax energy, like you need to relax, and I don't know, somehow putting you in your place. I have feeling lost in this connection. Like I'm no longer the center of attention, or I no longer am the most important thing in this relationship. And I guess that was an eye opener, is how it just came into me, that something may have been said that opens your eyes, that like, why do I feel this way within a relationship? Divine timing. That came into me more as I'm waiting for things to change, that things get better, or things that are resolved is how they're saying it. Spirit, please share with me. I have in search of a wife. So I'm going to say there were promises made that we would have a future together. So you could be holding on to that. But part of me feels like, what are these promises? What do they really mean by that? Do they really want to have a future? I have a shy guy. I don't think that it could be one person's shy, one person's an extrovert, and they're saying, why don't you loosen up? Why don't you be more fun? And it's not your personality. Maybe your personality is more introverted, and you can't be something that you're not. I have untamed. I'm going to say in the beginning, it was probably pretty wild. It was probably very exciting. They could be asking, I want that back. I need time. I'm scared. And let's be friends. So let's talk about a couple of these for a second. First, this feeling of, I do feel like it's promises made, but are they being met? Okay. Are they being met? Is it somebody who's saying, yes, I want a future, but I don't know. And then they back off, they came on strong. Spirit just said, I want a future. And now I need more time. I'm not ready. I'm not sure when I'm going to be ready. So it's almost like the things that they said, there's this backpedaling energy going on. And I think that I feel like they're taking away the things that they had said. So it's like, what changed? Fear. Okay. That could be what's going on. I want to talk about let's be friends. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I think that if somebody is pulling away from you and saying, hey, I want you in my life. I don't want to lose you. Let's just be friends. And you go from being lovers to friends. I feel like that's their way to keep you emotionally attached to them and have options at the same time, so that if they can't find anything better, basically, than what they think they have, then they can come back and say, well, I don't want to be just friends. I think we should be more. So it's like having the best of both worlds. They keep you in your place. They keep it like a placeholder. And then they go out and do whatever they want. They don't lose you emotionally because you're friends. You're just not sleeping with each other or affectionate or emotional, but they're getting all the benefits of the relationship that you're emotionally attached to them. So I would not agree to let's be friends. I wouldn't. I would say if you want me in your life, it's a relationship. Otherwise, I have other friends. I have lots of friends and I'll make new friends. So, you know, a friend doesn't leave you. A friend doesn't say, I want to put this on hold so that I can find something better. Okay. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about let's be friends, quote unquote. You know, I think it's BS. I'm going to say that it's somebody who doesn't know what they want and wants to hold on to you at the same time. Okay. So if somebody has said that to you, I'm going to say, no, I'm not interested in that. Don't try to hold on to them under the umbrella of, but if I'm not friends with them, then I don't have anything. They'll come back. They'll come back. You know, it's like, it's, you know, you push them away and they'll come back. So let them see if there's something better. You know, maybe that's what they're trying to do right now. Spirit, share with me. I have a 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's the options. There's a lot of feeling of I want to know what my options are. So if they're not ready for a relationship, then they're not ready. And you're not an option. You have to be number one. You have to be the only one. I have a 7 of Wands. I have a 6 of Cups. And I have a 4 of Cups. This came into me as they have to miss you. Okay. They have to miss you long enough and remember what they had with you until their heart breaks. When their heart breaks, they'll be back, is what Spirit just said. Okay. When they, this feeling of my heart is aching, their heart aches. Okay. That they'll be back. And they have to get there on their own. Okay. If they think there's something better out there, and they want to hurt you and say, I need to just be by myself. But what they're really trying to do is just go out and date other people. Let them go and do it, you know, but at the same time, you go and do it also. You don't sit around and wait for this person, because what's going to happen is they're not going to like the idea that you're doing it too. And it is a sense of, you know, they've got to come back and kind of fight for you energy. So that's important. This is my Tower. This is my Tower. And some of you may have had this Tower moment already that, you know what, they made me feel like I wasn't the only one, or they said they needed a break from me, or they said that they are busy with work, or they have all these other excuses. So some of you may have had this Tower moment already. For every ending, there's a new beginning, whether it's this energy is coming back around or whether they, Spirit has something else for you. But it is a sense of you need to move on, because they're not going to leave you, let you, you're not going to wait for them, is how I want to say it. They may think you're going to wait for them because you're so in love with them, and they're going to be shocked when they see that they're not allowed to go out and do whatever they want and you're waiting. Okay. So that's the best thing that you can do, to kind of say, hey, two can play at this. And that's really what I feel. I feel like this is a game to them. This is a test. This is games and tests and trials. And, you know, like, I want to see you jump. And I think that I've had enough. I think they're going to be shocked at you saying, I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not doing any of those things. Stuck in the past. let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome in a new love into your life. You may not be willing to wait for this person, and you may have already moved on, and maybe you're just trying to get this person out of your mind and you're listening to this just to kind of see what's going on. But right now you may be saying, I'm working so hard at moving forward and I don't really care what they're doing. You know, they wanted something else and they chose their own path. So again, you're not going to sit around and wait. I don't care if it's a twin flame or not. Fear of cheating. Not everyone cheats. You need to open your heart and trust your partner. I feel like that is on the other side. I feel like this person wants their cake and eat it too. It's very much a sense of, I don't want you to be with anybody else, but I don't want to be with you because I want some freedom right now. So, you know, who are they kidding? You know, and when they find out that you're dating other people or you're possibly even intimate with somebody else, I feel like that's going to break them. What did they say a minute ago? They said, when their heart aches, they'll be back. Okay. So when their heart aches enough is how it just came into me. And so they really have to feel that. They really have to think that you could be with somebody else and be knowing that you are dating somebody else or that you're available to date other people and you've put yourself out there. So that is something that's going to break them. That is something that's going to break them. Fear of touch. You don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable. Maybe it is a sense of, I don't want anybody else to touch me. This is the only person that I want. I don't want to date anybody else. Doesn't mean you have to sleep with somebody. Go out to dinner, have a drink, go get a cup of coffee, make a new friend. Okay. Just shift your energy so that the last thing you're doing is just sitting around waiting for this person, because this is what this person wants. This person thinks they're just going to breadcrumb you and keep you on a string until they're ready to come back at their own pace and their own time. And you have to prove them wrong, Spirit just said. You have to prove them wrong. I have staying stuck. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. It is a feeling of somehow they've emotionally trapped you, that I'm going to wait and I don't want to be with anybody else. I don't want to have anybody else touch me, or I don't want to even think about anybody else. I get that, but you've got to shift that energy to let them know that, you know, two can play this game. This is a game for them. This is a test. This is for them to see if they can get away with anything and everything. And no matter what they do, no matter what they say, you still are going to turn around and say, I love you. I want you back. And you may gain strength from, you know, stepping out of this comfort zone and waiting. And when they do come back, say, you know what, I have better options than you. So maybe Spirit wants you to try. I'm going to say it that way. Try to just open your heart to see what else Spirit has for you while this is going on. I have a transformation, letting go of the old him. The new him is walking towards the new me. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. If you both, during the separation or this distance emotionally between you, are both doing some kind of healing, feeling better about yourselves, making some changes so that when you come back together, you both see the difference. You both see the changes, because if nothing has changed and you come back together, you're going to be right back where you are. So that would be the best thing that could happen, that there becomes a new you and there becomes a new them. So definitely work on yourself. So at least you're doing your part. You're doing your side. And see if and when this happens, then you have a lot more to offer. You have a lot more going on in your life, and they'll see those changes. Profound. You are unforgettable. You have left a permanent mark on my soul. Absolutely. They are not forgetting you. Trust me. They are not forgetting you. They are trying to push this energy away, to try to basically be in control of it somehow, or to have you prove to them somehow that they're amazing and that, you know, you can't live without them, as opposed to two people who trust and respect each other and aren't playing these games and aren't making people do these tests, aren't making somebody else, you know, prove it to me that you love me energy. Chase me, you know, don't be with anybody else while I go and do whatever I want. So, you know, that's not how you treat somebody that you love and you respect. It's not. Security. You're too good. He's insecure. Okay. He or she is insecure. That's what this is really all about. It's, I need you to, you know, bend over backwards for me and tell me that you love me over and over again. And no matter what I do or say, you're going to tolerate it. And it's very narcissistic. It's very controlling in a sense. And it's somebody who's very insecure. So somebody who has these types of behaviors, it's their inner child is saying, you need to tell me, you need to keep telling me how much you love me. Eared. I eared in love, yet I'm learning and growing in a relationship that challenges me positively. So I would hope that they're growing. I would hope that they're learning. That is going to be the difference between this connection finding its way back together, or that these games continue. You know, they just said, let the games begin. And, you know, it could be that you're finally fighting back. Sometimes we get so sick of the, you know, it's all about them. And if that's what they want, it was like, let the games begin. You know, there's two sides of this equation. And if that's what they want to do, you're as strong and you can do this. You can fight back emotionally. You can stand your ground. You can, you know, say, I have higher value for myself. I deserve more respect, you know, so you're not going to tolerate it. A mask. They're hiding their true feelings because they're insecure. Okay. They're gaslighting. They're breadcrumbing. And that is really what's going on here. And it's this constant effort of you trying to prove to them that they are the only one. Okay. And when you step back and you say they are not the only one, and you make them feel like they are not the only one, and you start to see other people, or you open your options, they are going to feel that. And then that's when their heart aches. That's when they crash. That's when they lose it. That's when they think you're with somebody else. And that's when they come back. I have not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotaging, their ego, their fears. So the insecurity of, I'm never enough. So therefore you have to tell me over and over again that I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. Cupid's arrow, have faith, a surprise invitation. Maybe spirit has something else for you. Keep it open. You know, it's up to you if you want to accept it. But right now you've got somebody who I guess is, you know, there's a mind game here going. Sunglasses. They're looking behind these sunglasses. They're watching. They're watching to see your reaction. I needed space and time for me, but I want to know what you do. I want to know who you're with. I want to know who you're talking to and if you've moved on. And then they can turn around and say, see, look at how fast you moved on. You couldn't have really loved me if you moved on that fast. And they don't accept, but you're the one that didn't want this. Okay. They don't accept that. They want you to stay in your place. And they want you to wait, and you're not going to wait. So for those of you that are out there waiting for somebody, you've got to switch your energy to, I have to show them that I'm not waiting. You're not going to wait for anybody. Let's see what they're saying. I never thought it would hurt that much. So they're starting to feel the pain. I would say that that's a good thing because they've got to feel that heartache. and they're feeling the void. Okay, they're feeling the pain. And when they start to feel the pain, that's when they start to panic and they start to think, oh my God, I could lose this person, or this person could really be with somebody else. And that's when they really start to panic, especially if it's a true twin connection. It's like, I can't live without my twin energy. Why do I feel this intense about you? They could be questioning that even when I'm not with you, you're still driving me crazy. You're all I think about. I can't get you out of my mind. I can't, I'm wondering who you're with. I'm wondering, they're jealous of you when they're not with you. You know, it doesn't make sense, does it? But that is what twins do. You are too good to be true. They're pushing you away because this was too good. This was the best thing that ever happened to them. So there's that self-sabotage because of the insecurity and the fear that, you know, I somehow deep down inside my soul think that I don't deserve this. I don't deserve someone like you. And you're going to walk away from me anyway someday. So it's a feeling of, I'm trying to protect myself from you leaving me. So therefore I walk away first. There are things inside of me that I'm afraid to show you. I'm 100% certain there is, that they are struggling with being honest and being sincere. What did they say in the beginning? They had made promises. They had made promises and now they're backpedaling. So what were those promises? We're going to be together forever. I will love you forever. We will get married someday. I see a future with you. So what are those promises that they said that they're not holding true to? Please let me go. I need my space. I cannot give you what you need. So that's a classic. That is a, you've got to let me go, or I love you so much that I just want you to be happy. So therefore I'm going to, walk away because I can't give you what you need. So, it's all BS and you know it. And this feeling of, I want you to, move on, or God forbid, let's be friends, so that they can keep you in your place, keep you as a placeholder, and see what their options are. That's when you cut them off. Okay. That's when you say, I am not doing that. Okay. If you need your space, go, because I'm going to move on with my life. I'm not going to waste any more time waiting for you to decide that you want a future or you don't want a future. You either want to be with me or you don't. And quite frankly, you want to be with somebody who knows what they want. Is it truly over? So twin flames have this invisible string that no one else has. And it's that cord that can't be cut. And you struggle with that cord. And no matter what's going on, that it's just so hard, because you think, how come I can't cut this cord? Anybody else I've walked away from, or anybody else, I wouldn't have tolerated any of this stuff. And there's something about that twin connection that you feel like even when I want to cut that cord, it's still there. So you've got the cord, they've got the cord, you're both feeling it. It's not like a one-way thing. So you both go back and forth, no matter where you're at in these particular connections. And you both are always asking yourself, is it over? Or is this going to come back into my life? Is it going to heal? Is it going to repair? Are we going to find each other again? So that is like a constant with twin flames. And it's just really hard, but you can put it kind of on hold and ask spirit for help and just say, please help me to not think about this person all the time, if that's what you need. Please help me to not have this person pop into my head 100 times a day. Battle is all I know. It is hard for me to put down my sword and choose my heart. Instead, this person is fighting this connection every single step of the way. And the bottom line is because they are insecure, that and they'll never admit it, Spirit just said, they will never admit that the reason why they have this behavior is their own insecurities, because it's, look at me, I'm the center of attention, I'm great, look at me. So it is a sense of their ego overriding that insecurity, telling themselves that they're amazing, whatever they're saying to themselves, but you know better is how I feel. Your way of life is so different from what I know. I feel like you do have differences. It could be as simple as one's very outgoing and one's more shy, like they said, but that doesn't mean you can't have a beautiful connection. It doesn't mean that you don't work together very, very well. In fact, usually that is a beautiful combination. But right now, they're using the differences as an excuse, that you want this and I want that. And those are not things that we necessarily talked about. And Spirit's saying there's a middle ground, there's a compromise in this connection that they're just kind of wishing away or throwing away. Spirit, please share with me some final messages. Can you accept where I am right now? Because my life is a mess. I would believe that. I feel like this person is, of course, but they're saying that this person did it to themselves, that this isn't something that you created. It's almost like they self-sabotage themselves, or it was their decision to push this away. It was their decision to create an atmosphere or something in this connection that you said, I can't do this anymore, and you walked away. But right now, I feel like they are, I'm going to say, feeling the pain and knowing how these connections unfold. If they are feeling the pain and the pain is bad enough, then that is when they come back. So I'm going to say you could be hearing from this person. If you are feeling a broken heart, if you are feeling the ache, if you just know that they must be going through, their life is a mess, something like that, then it could be time for this connection to come back around. But only, Spirit said, only if you both have changed, only if you both have done some work to be able to repair and rebuild. So it's not one-sided in that sense, because the transformation has to be that when we come back together, we aren't repeating the same pattern over and over again, which we have a tendency to do. So right now, they're saying, hey, two can play this game is really what's going on. And they are saying, do not be a place setting, do not be a option, and do not allow the waiting game. Do not allow this, I will wait for you to heal energy, okay? You live your life. And if this energy comes back and there's still an open door for it and it's going to work, then you'll know. But I feel like this person is trying to create a life that they have both. And you have to say no to that. Okay, you have to say no to that for your own self, your own true self, Spirit's saying. So let's put this out into the universe and let's ask Spirit to guide you both. Just be true to yourself. Do what's in your best interest, what's best for your future self, your higher self for today, and let them do what they need to do. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you are new to my channel, thank you for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for your kind words and comments. Please claim this reading. It's for you. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at KathyMamolinsPsychicMedium.com. We'll see you again in another Love Messages real soon.